Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. Welcome to SHOBHIT Singhal's podcast channel. And this is an amazing experience. This is an amazing day. I'm in Bangalore. Bangalore weather is awesome. I hope everyone is watching the news. It's raining, it's cool weather. I'm enjoying the weather here actually. And today I have a very special guest all the way from Kolkata with me. He's one of the best, he's one of the most consistent person I ever know. He's one of the best reader, influencer, a technical person, and I have never seen someone so dedicated and hardworking for their passion. So Mithu, thank you so much for joining again on this channel. So great to have
Yeah,
you. How are you?
thank you, Shobhit. Thank you for such warm introduction. I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, as you have said that weather is good. Yeah, in Kolkata, that's really nice also because
Okay.
yesterday we just had a rain and it's
Hmm.
fun. I'm not even using my fan, so it's a really great
Great.
thing that I can use my mic
Hmm.
freely. All
I
right.
was just thinking about it that these external things can really impact your mind, your brain, your productivity, because there are times when it's very hot. So, and that time you don't feel like working because you feel like, oh, I'm so exhausted, I'm like this. And when you have too cold, you always feel too lazy. But when you have
Yeah.
a pleasant weather like this, you want to do something nice, you want to be active. So I think these external factors really, take a toll on your productivity. What do you say?
Yeah, I think it matters. Like
Mm,
every time you decide to do something, if
mm,
suppose you are deciding to create a video, say, and
mm,
the weather is hot, it's really
mm,
tough. You need to turn it
mm.
on, turn your fan on, and you're
Yeah,
keep sweating,
yeah,
right? You may do it 1 day or 2 day, right? But the third day you will think about it. Like, is it worth it to sweat? Like, it's not, right?
yeah.
Your mind is going to say a lot of thousand things. Hey, if the weather gets pleasant, you can make videos, obviously,
Mm,
right? Obviously that procrastinator mind will always trigger you to do that. But the
exactly.
key is to like
Mm,
keep going, and instead of just like submitting to that, hey,
mm,
I just want to do that. But the thing that you said that, hey,
mm,
how can if the weather is pleasant that we can do a lot
mm,
of great things. But
mm,
I'm telling you that you can't actually,
mm.
because even if you think that, okay, I will do something at that pleasant weather. You are not going to do anything. Trust me on that. If you're
Exactly.
not doing it on the
Mm.
bad weather, you're not going to do it on the good
Yeah,
weather.
that internal motivation can nothing can beat that. Of course,
Yeah.
no external situation can beat that. It's just that these might add up to your thinking. That can be true as we speak. But yeah, it's but I'm always India is not only diverse with this culture and everything, it diverse with everything. Like in few hours difference, there's a lot of time zone, not even time zone, like the situations are so different. In
Yeah.
Bangalore it's different, in Chennai is different. Chennai is, oh my god, I went to Chennai 2 months ago and it was bloody hot there. Oh my, you can't imagine. So anyway, so Mithu, every day there is a video on your YouTube channel, Impulse Books. Every day in the morning you're posting, every single day you are being consistent. Answer me this, and for the viewers, how are you able to manage every single day, record a video, shoot a video, edit the video, uh, post comments on that, tag hashtags on that, and then upload it every single day? How are you making this, maintaining this consistency? Just how? Explain this to me.
Yeah. So the thing is that it takes around like 1.5 hours every day
Hmm.
to go through all of the process.
Hmm.
So initially I decided that I will batch record my videos, and I
Hmm.
could do that, but it actually, takes this fun away from doing it consistently, because
Hmm.
it really happens that one day I create like 3 4 videos and
Hmm.
another day I don't create videos. That actually
Hmm.
breaks the loop of this as well. So
Hmm.
at some point, I may have left with no videos and I don't
Hmm.
feel like making videos. So I thought that instead of going to this route, let's make one video every day and let's
Ah.
give just 1 to 1.5 hours. Obviously, I
Hmm.
give myself only 1 hour, not one and a half
Hmm.
hour. That actually drags down sometimes.
Hmm.
So I keep telling my brain that, hey, you need to
Hmm.
spend at least 1 hour making
Hmm.
videos, right? And you also need to upload it and publish it and make
Hmm.
thumbnails and stuff. So I think initially people think too much about posting any videos or something. So
Hmm.
initially
Hmm.
my goal was to like just record something that's there on my mind, right? So obviously I relate with most of the things with my personal stories, and
Hmm.
try to, take one concept and
Hmm.
attach it to my personal story. See, all the
Hmm.
things that I say I experienced. It's not like I read some books and I'm just trying to
Hmm.
tell, right?
Hmm.
I do this most of maybe 10 to 15% of the time. I say that, hey,
Hmm.
there is a concept of this book that is there. It's nice, right?
Hmm.
I never even used it, right? But most of the time, that all the things that has been implemented on my life, or maybe I have experienced it somehow, and I can
Hmm.
relate with some concept of the books. That's what I do. And
Hmm.
this, to do this thing, you need some certain skill set, obviously,
Hmm.
because you can't really just get there and push videos to the YouTube, because people are not going to view
Hmm.
it. The first thing is that
Hmm.
you need to do some like hashtag research and stuff. Okay.
Hmm.
And initially, I recommend anyone not to do it, because if you're focusing on that,
Hmm.
you are basically making yourself a digital marketer. You are not becoming a
Hmm.
content creator, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
focus on
Hmm.
becoming the content creator, not a digital marketer. So if you
Hmm.
want to become consistent, think about what you are
Hmm.
actually want to become consistent at, right? Suppose some people want to like exercise. Well, now they are doing research on what to eat, what not to eat. They are becoming sort of like
Hmm.
nutritionist. Okay,
Ah,
don't become a nutritionist, become a guy who exercise, or become a girl who exercise, right? So because
correct.
that's
Hmm.
what you want to be consistent at.
Yeah.
People really take it as a different level, like they want to
Yeah.
be
Keep
like,
keep it simple. Keep it
yeah,
simple.
keep it
Yeah.
simple.
I got
And
it.
be
Hmm.
focused on that, right? Key,
Hmm.
what do you want to do, right? Suppose
Hmm.
I want to make videos, then make videos. Don't go for hashtag research. Okay, simple.
Correct. So,
Yeah,
so break down the process for me. So was everyone will be interested to know that. So how do you, okay, I'll ask you straightforward questions so that you can
hmm,
answer them in
yeah, sure.
easy format. So how do you record the video? Do you you record it on a laptop or a mobile? How do you record the video?
I record it on my laptop. I basically
Okay.
use this application called OBS Studio. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so that's mostly used by gamers and those who
Hmm.
live stream, but
Okay.
it's too simple to use. There is
Hmm.
no rocket
Is it
science in
paid
that.
or free version?
No, it's a free, and there
Free
is
version.
no, even
OBS.
there is no freemium also.
OBS developers.
Uh, it's OBS. Just write, search for
Acha,
OBS Studio, that you will
OBS
find it.
Studios.
Yeah. So
OBS
it is
Studios.
basically open source software. It is all
Hmm.
totally free. There is no charge, anything
Okay.
like that. So what
Yeah.
I basically do, I fire
Hmm.
it up and I just connect my. There is a
Hmm.
application on my phone as well,
Hmm.
which called the Droid Cam OBS, which
Okay.
can connect with that OBS Studio. So what I basically do, I try, connect my phone on the tripod, and just I open the OBS Studio, and that's it. I can see myself on the camera, and it is
Okay.
automatically recording. What I previously used to do is like separately use my phone to record
Hmm.
the video and also record my audio separately, then
Hmm.
connect them. That is too much work. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
I know.
simplify it. Just hit record and everything is working, right?
And
I connect. Yeah.
do you edit your videos after that, or you just directly
Not
upload
not much,
them?
not much. I just
Uh,
cut the part of like silent and the first part and the end
uh,
part. That's it. That's what I do. There's much trimming I do. Sometimes I cut middle stuff because I stop for some reason, because I was saying something which does not
hmm.
unrelated to some stuff. That's
Hmm.
when I cut. That other than that, I just keep it simple and
So,
just upload it.
which software do you use to cut these trimming for these basic editing?
Yeah, I use this application called Filmora. It is a paid
Hmm.
application, and it's not that expensive,
Hmm.
I would say. If you are serious about it, it's I think 16-17,000 rupees.
Hmm.
Um,
Per
so
annum,
and
per annum.
yeah, that's right.
That's a
I
very
don't remember the plan because I
uh,
have taken it almost like I need to renew maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then
Mhm.
with YouTube, you just put a basic headline, basic title, and you just upload it. You don't do anything, much about hashtags as you
Yeah,
explained.
because I do have some experience with it, like what
Uh,
can go with what.
mm,
I use this tool called vidIQ, which actually
vidIQ.
yeah suggests you tags and stuff based on
Mm.
that. And I know a little bit way of getting around like how to get the best tags out of this, even though
I know.
you are using the free version, right?
Yes,
There is
yes.
ways to like you can get through the tags
Mm,
that you want. Obviously,
mm,
all these things are free. You can get it from YouTube, like you can learn
mm.
from YouTube. But yeah, focus should be on video uploading, right? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I do.
Mm,
And also I edit my thumbnails, and
mm,
I create actually two thumbnails, one for the podcast that you see
mm.
on every application like Ghana, Savan,
Uh,
Audible. My podcast is also on Audible, right? So it is
Great. Awesome.
everywhere you see that.
Mm,
That is a one pot square kind
mm,
of thumbnail that you see that I create on Canva. and also the YouTube thumbnail. That's the two thumbnails I create. And also I have template for these thumbnails. I don't, go like,
Mm.
thinking about brainstorming what I will do, like the best thumbnail of the
Mm.
year. No, I don't do it. I use
Yeah.
sort of like a thumbnail, and
Mm.
with some creativity I can get out of this. The
So,
more you create, the better you get actually.
correct. So, like when you come to think of the topic of the video, how do you go
Mhm.
into that? You just randomly shoot whatever you feel like, or is there a list of topic that you have created or something like that? What is it?
I have a list. I have a
Okay.
list because there is something called productive downtime, right? So what
Okay.
it does mean that sometimes you feel like
Mm.
that, hey, I will do something. So you go there and do random watching random videos and stuff. So in that time, instead of doing this, I feel that okay, what are
Mm.
the videos that I can create? What are the topics that I can do? It takes time to think about it. But the more you start writing, the more ideas start coming in. Okay. So initially, I used to feel like, that does not going to work. I'm not going to have any sort of idea. So
Mm.
if once you get an idea, you think that, okay, I can relate to this idea as well. So you can keep
Mm.
coming up with more ideas. So I have a list. But sometimes what really happens is that, one day I wake up, there is a, podcast that I created that title is super simple,
Mm.
read book every day. There was there was nothing like that
Mm.
on my
Mm.
list, right?
Mm.
But I just felt like talking about books. So I just for
Ah.
17 minutes I was just talking about
Mm.
books. Okay.
Correct.
Because I just felt like doing it. Okay. That there
Mm.
was no point of doing it, but I did anyways.
Okay. So this is okay. Videos is one part. So let's. I wanted to also discuss about personal productivity, because
Hmm.
I believe that is something which is very essential when it comes to this online business or social media game. Because जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. Every day, if
Right.
people are not seeing you, they are not. So it's a validation. Even I have lacked it in many months now. I was busy with too many things. So how do you ensure, or how do you make sure, or how someone make sure that okay, every single day we are dedicated for this one particular task? Like how do you trick your brain that every day I have to do it? So what is the secret for that?
Yeah. So the best book that I read, I would
Hmm.
say, in my life is the Atomic Habits. Because if
Hmm.
you genuinely implement all the things that is, those are practical things that is written there, right? If you
Hmm.
genuinely implement this thing, and you can sort your life in a way that is going to be
Hmm.
magical, I would say. So the thing is that, first thing, make it easy, right? So
Hmm.
do not, add jargons to it. Like, you want to
Hmm.
play guitar, keep it in front of your eyes. You don't keep it like, in your wardrobe. Key, I will get it, I
Hmm.
will open the box and I will just start playing guitar. Do
Correct.
not do it. If you want to do something, make it super duper easy, so there is no constraint. And if there is any constraint, try to remove it as soon as
Hmm.
possible. Suppose you're thinking about making videos, like, do not so what I was doing is I was recording everything separately. So I
Hmm.
keep figuring out that how to do it, how can I do it like
Hmm.
easily with a
Hmm.
single click. I don't need to do it. I just open the app and I just start recording.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's the thing, that you can Google it and find it. There is nothing no rocket science is
Hmm.
here, right? So
Hmm.
try to cut down any jargons there is, make it super simple and make it easy. And
Hmm.
the second thing that is obviously you need to do is making it satisfying, because if you do
Hmm.
something and you don't like it at the end, right, it's not
Hmm.
going to be worth it, right? So suppose when I create my videos, after that I
Hmm.
basically treat myself with a tea.
Hmm.
I'm a huge tea lover, right? So chai is the
Yeah.
only thing that I live for, sort of like that.
Hmm.
My wife is a very good cook, but I still
Hmm.
ask her, like, make chai for me. Okay. And that's the only thing she don't make for me, right? So she never posts any sort of chai on her, like,
Hmm.
Instagram page as well. Here's the thing. So I make it satisfying. So obviously
Hmm.
when you are doing something, maybe if you
Hmm.
don't like that work too much, you can
Hmm.
give treat yourself with something, with a reward,
Hmm.
obviously. That's the
Hmm.
third part, obviously. When you're doing something, give
Hmm.
yourself a simple reward as well, to you
Hmm.
know keep that loop, feedback loop close, obviously.
Hmm.
So what I basically do is that I plan my videos initially. So there is no constraint as well. Like, I'm waking up and thinking, oh, what the hell I will make today. Okay, that's too much to take for your brain.
Hmm.
So you decide a topic. You have a huge list. Before going to bed, I just decided that, hey, I'm going to
Hmm.
talk about this. I don't think too much about, like, hey, script karenge, wo karenge, aisa karenge. I don't do it. I don't script, because
Hmm.
scripting takes time. Okay. Because that
Yes.
ये भी मेरे लाइफ में और एक टाइम ऐड होगा, right? So I need
Hmm.
to add at least 1 hour for the scripting as well. So 2 hour, no, I can
Hmm.
give. I said that
Hmm.
I can give only 1 hour, right? So
Hmm.
start very small. Don't think too much. Okay, make it
Hmm.
super duper simple. I think that if you forget about everything, if you just make it
Hmm.
easy, that's you can do anything, right?
Hmm.
Just make it super easy, anything. So
Hmm.
you want to create a video, just take your phone and just record it,
Hmm.
and you can
Hmm.
upload it from your YouTube app as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
no, just write one title,
Hmm.
whatever you feel like. That's it. You're not going to take. You are going to take like if the video recording take only 5 minutes to make, the whole
Hmm.
process is going to be 6 minutes. So like
Ah,
1 minute for uploading. That's it. You're done.
yeah, correct,
So
correct.
what are the excuses that you are making? So there is no
Hmm.
excuse, I think. So. Okay,
Correct,
so
correct,
make
correct.
it super easy.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going through the same thing because in order to, in fact, this is something there's a problem in me. I always try to perfect things that I'm doing. I always try to be the best. Okay, this video I'm creating or this course I'm creating, it needs to be the best version of it. But what I've realized and what I've experienced in my life is you should not do that because it will take away your action. You will keep into, so there's two things, planning and action.
Yeah.
You will stuck at the planning stage because you're always trying to make it perfect. But the game of knowledge business or online social network creation is not about perfection, it's about consistency. People should focus on consistency rather than perfection. It
Yeah,
might
that's
be
true.
true in other artistic fields where I have to be the best painting or I have to make the best music, but it doesn't work in this industry. You have to be consistent. That's the biggest learning even I had in my life. And because earlier I remember last year when I used to have a webinar, it was always like 20, 30, 40 people organically will join my webinars. These days not even 10 are joining. Why? Because I was not consistent with my content. So this is something which I completely agree that consistency beats perfection. That's
Yeah,
something very, very
that's right.
important.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because perfection we
Mm,
use sometimes like
mm,
to get to procrastinate because our brain does not want to do that hard job. So it takes this easy job to like planning, right? So planning is super easy because when you're
mm,
just thinking about I will do it. There is this application called Notion. Okay. So here you can make customize it like so much
mm,
that
mm,
you can like spend your entire year to customizing it. So what I basically used to do is that every time I get an idea of like I will make a video
mm,
today, so
mm,
I used to go to my Notion, and
mm,
my brain switches to that thing that hey, I need to make my Notion dashboard perfect. Instead of making
mm,
videos, I'm just working on my Notion, which is not going to be any useful to me or any other
mm,
viewers or anything, right? So
mm,
that happens. We procrastinate, and
mm,
this is this
mm.
we name it as a perfection.
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist,
Mm.
and I try to stay away from it, right?
Yeah.
In
Great.
today at
Great.
least.
And there is one more place that I would like to suggest everyone. It's called brain.fm. So basically,
Yeah.
it's a website which creates music, and it's a scientifically proven music which will trick your brain to basically focus, sleep, relax. So that day when I was creating a course for me, I like my mentor suggested you use this music. So it's a paid version. You create this music, and it automatically triggers your brain that you have to focus on the work. That music,
Hmm.
there's a humming sound or that scientifically proven music is there. So it's called brain.fm. I would recommend everyone to check it out once. It's very useful.
Yeah, it's a very I have used it.
Okay.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the audio
Hmm.
on my ears does not really,
Hmm.
never really works for me. So I
Okay.
keep it silent. I just, work on the ambient noise, whatever that comes
Hmm.
in, because I keep my windows always open.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I like that. It's because sometimes because my attention span is very weak. If I because maybe because I'm too creative or I'm too thinking on that. So I'm an observant. If something is happening, I'm curious and observant. So if something is coming, my brain is tricked. Okay, I have to think what is happening. So
mm,
that like so I might get distracted. So I use that app. It helps me. It helps me a lot. So, Mithu, in the last few months, in the last 7 months, I have traveled to Goa. I have
mm-hmm.
traveled to Delhi. I have traveled to Agra. I have traveled to Fatehpur Sikri. I have traveled to
uh,
Nainital. I have traveled to Uttarakhand. It's in Nainital and nearby places. I also traveled to Chennai. I traveled to Mumbai. And so basically, I have traveled, I think, 5, 6 states. And almost every month, I'm traveling somewhere. So it has been a great experience, of course, for me. What are your views on travel? How much do you travel, and like, do you think traveling helps you to learn something? And how much, what is your travel plans, let's say? So what is your view on this topic?
Yeah, so you have asked a novice to actually put his views on it, because see,
Okay.
the for next 7 months I have never gone out of like 15-kilometer radius. So yeah, so
So
regarding the
is this
travel,
okay? So is
yeah.
this a conscious decision, or you don't want to travel, or let's say I want to travel, but I don't feel like doing that. What is the mindset basically in this case?
It is, you can say it is sort of like a conscious decision, because
Hmm.
I sort of, you can say, the people like who call it homesick, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sort of going through the stage.
Yeah.
I won't say that I am always being like that. So I'm
Okay.
sort of like going through the stage. I think COVID has to do a lot with this.
Your
Okay.
wife doesn't say that I want to travel, I want to go to this
Yeah,
place or
she's
something.
becoming like me only. I don't know, or maybe
Okay.
I'm becoming like her. So we are just becoming same. Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is
Yeah.
that, yeah, we
Great.
have like plans, like after this year is over, like we certainly have plans, because from
Hmm.
November onwards, we have certainly have plans and see that. And I have no
Hmm.
problem like with the traveling or something, because
Hmm.
it's not like that I don't like it. So the
Hmm.
thing is that
Hmm.
I obviously believe that if you meet different kind of
Hmm.
people,
Hmm.
which actually, opens up a lot of things about their
Hmm.
culture and stuff, right? Because
Hmm.
I would, if I give you an example,
Hmm.
say, as ऐसा होता है कि मतलब somebody new joining is there on our office, right?
Hmm.
Because it's COVID, like बहुत सारे
Hmm.
स्टेट से भी join करते थे. Initially it
Hmm.
was like only Kolkata, because that's work from home, so it doesn't really matter which state you are in, right? So their thinking and their culture is different. So if you talk with them, you can understand that what's going on, right? But you need to obviously talk for like 2 3 4 days
Hmm.
to understand it better. But thing is
Hmm.
that it opens up your mind कि ऐसा भी होता है, right? So
Hmm.
right, and I came to know a lot of different things which I
Hmm.
did not even know, right? So but it only
Hmm.
helps that
See,
if you travel, you can
in
understand, I
in my
guess.
in my opinion, when I travel, see, it
Yeah.
depends on your personality also. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
someone is traveling only for fun, they will
Mm-hmm.
love it. My because I'm a entrepreneur, I'm a business guy. I always observe how the business is going in this place. So I
All
went to
right.
Goa. Goa is, trust me, Goa's culture and Goa's business sense is completely different from the rest of the country. Because if you go to Goa, firstly, it is
Mm-hmm.
very unorganized, and it's unorganized for the good. I'm not saying it's for the bad. So basically, there's places like casinos there. So casinos का concept क्या होता है कि you pay a certain amount and for 24 hours you are free to go, come out, eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want. So that's the price of 1,000, 2,000, and people do that in because they want to eat or drink, but they end up, the idea is basically, okay, I don't want to play my bet on my money on casinos. I just want to go there for eating and drinking. But they end up playing that because once you go there, you see the environment and then you spend money on casinos. So I was
Yeah.
just trying to understand that, when you look at the luxurious places, it's not about, you have money or not. It's more about how they can trigger human emotions. They know
That's true.
human behavior very well. They know if person. So I asked the casino manager. I'm always like that. When I go to these places, I catch off people and I irritate them. I ask questions to them. I asked, sir, tell me one thing. You are charging 2,000 rupees per person, and you're giving them unlimited alcohol and buffet for the entire 24 hours. Don't you think it's a loss for you? So he explained me, matlab, we were outside the casino, I made a friend. He told me that, okay, the idea is not that, okay, this is an investment, the food, alcohol, the luxury that we are giving, it's an investment. When people are, full of their stomach, when they are actually drinking, they will tend to make bad decisions. And in casinos,
That's
they
true.
want people to make bad decisions. So I was understanding the business of these places. I mean, like, wow, because they don't play on the products. They play on the human emotions. I
Mm.
mean, like, I learned a lot. I mean, like, if you have to grow, and it's not only about ethical and unethical, I don't know, but if I have to become big in my life, I have to find ways where I can directly, I'm not saying manipulate my customer. I can influence my customers a lot. So I can influence them to make those kind of decisions. So that is something which I learned when I went to Goa. And secondly, tourism industry. the way that tourism, happen, the kind of, there's a like huge industry. I mean, like I don't even believe how big a tourism industry is. Like the kind of people who are traveling, hotels, it's every single hotel is sold out. And
Yeah.
no matter how many COVIDs are coming, I'm saying people will travel and they will always travel. It is not like, okay, traveling business is dead today. No, I don't believe that, my friend. In fact, after COVID, people are dying to travel. Flights
Mm,
are full,
that's true.
flights are expensive, hotels are expensive. So what I learned is the demand where, so I want to get into a business in future where human emotions are involved. So as a
All
business,
right.
right now I'm in a business where I want to improve human life. I'm a knowledge transformation, I book reading and all. But long term, I want to get into one business which people cannot resist. When I say resist, I mean they're emotional towards that lifestyle of theirs. Travel
Mm,
is one thing, alcohol is one thing, food industry is one thing, all hospitality is one thing, pharmaceutical is one. 100 industries are there, but one industry I need to get into where people are emotional towards that. So that is something which my learning has been from traveling. So yeah.
yeah, that's well. So one or two things that I observed from it. That first thing that you said, that when you are in the casino, these things that they're doing, like giving free alcohols, free, almost free food you are there giving,
Almost
right?
free.
Yeah. So it is actually, is an investment. So the thing is that it is basically nothing but an environment design, right? So
Correct.
yeah.
Exactly. Good
So
observation.
yeah. So
Yes.
the thing is that every time you want to do something, so you can create this kind of environment design for yourself as well. Suppose you want to
Yes.
read more books, so keep
Yes.
more books around you. That's a simple thing,
Yes.
right? If you want to drink more water, keep more water bottles.
Mm.
So the thing is that I do have this kind of water bottles spread across my room, right? And
Mm.
everyone is filled, right? So the thing is that you can design such environments for yourself as well. And one thing that you talked about, like influence and manipulation, I don't think
Mm.
manipulation is bad, right?
Yes.
If your end product is adding value to someone's life,
Mm.
manipulation is not really a bad thing. So there is this guy called Dicky Bush. So
Mm.
he recently posted a tweet about this YouTuber called Mr. Beast. I don't know
Mm.
whether you have heard about it or not. He has millions of subscribers on YouTube.
Okay.
And recently I think he got 5 million subscribers in just some months, I think. So it
Okay.
was crazy, right? So he just put out all his tweet about like how he goes through making this kind of stuff, right? So big,
Mm.
so
Mm.
quickly also. So one thing he said that he's clickbait, right? So
Mm.
this thumbnails that he posts, it is clickbait at that.
Yeah.
The thing is that the value that he provides,
Mm.
it is makes sense for the audience as well.
Mm.
Obviously, these thumbnails are clickbaits to make you
Mhm.
click on that, but he
Yeah.
keeps his audience engaged and he provides value to the video. Simple,
Yes.
right? So if you are manipulating
Mm.
your customers to
Mm.
get your product, and if
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
adding value to their life,
Mm.
that's not a
Mm.
bad thing, I feel.
In
Okay.
fact, I'm a movie buff. I watch a
Hmm.
lot of movies, and I watch interviews. I'm obsessed with movie industry. So people, there was, for example, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, this actor.
Hmm.
They were asking ki you stand for good cinema, you are a good actor, but still you do commercial movies where you are
Hmm.
doing making a fool of yourself. Or Tapsi Pannu was also asked this question. You are also in Judwa 2 dancing and all that. So so they had an answer that I am doing that so that I have a big audience, and that audience can actually come and watch movies which are meant. So if they follow me, they will follow my other work as well.
Hmm.
So
That's
what you
true.
said is clickbait is important to get to people to watch the valuable content, because if I say this is a valuable content, people might not come and watch that.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
is, so for example, again, this question was asked, there's a movie called Pink. So Pink
Hmm.
movie was remade in Telugu as Vakil Saab with Pavan Kalyan. He's a huge
Okay.
South star.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, Pavan Kalyan, and the movie was like, style and all that, it was remade in with Pavan Kalyan action and all. So they were asking, why did you not make it a subtle movie the way Pink was? Why do you need a
Yeah, the
star? Why do
original
you...
one.
So basically, the director had an answer that because I want people to come because of the stardom of this guy, but ultimately I want them to watch the message of the movie. But I need
Hmm.
to have those elements so that people can come and I can attract and then show what exactly we are trying to say. So what you exactly said, that your clickbaits, and so you need to have that kind of marketing to get to, because if you believe that product is good, you need to create that hype. Whether it's manipulations can be for good also, right?
Yeah.
We manipulate parents also sometimes because I know it
Yeah.
will be good for them, or we
Yeah,
manipulate.
most underrated things about manipulation is that we don't manipulate ourselves, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can manipulate yourself as well. Our brain is super duper dumb, I think. Okay. Uh, yeah. So the thing is that, sometimes I do manipulate myself to do some
Yeah.
task, right?
Hmm.
And I just forget about it that I did manipulate it. Okay, so that happens. So
Hmm.
people are thinking about, when we come up with this term manipulation, we think that okay, we are doing it for others. So
Hmm.
first try manipulating yourself. I think that's the best way to like get into this, zone of manipulation. That how can you
Hmm.
manipulate others if you can't really manipulate yourself, right? So once you start manipulating yourself, then you can start manipulating others as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. Awesome. So, you see a lot of creators these days.
Mhm.
In fact, YouTube pe I see like there are so many people I follow these days now. Ranveer Alabadia is one, Shweta Gangwar, 100 people. Raj Shamani is someone
Yeah,
who I've
Rashomani,
been
yeah.
following recently now. So, where do you, in your experience, because you're also in this YouTube business, I'm also trying my hand. I've not yet gotten success till yet, but because of consistency, I have to maintain. But what is your views in what will happen in next 3 years? Because a lot of podcasts are coming, a lot of people are creating their content. What is, do you think this is going to be saturated in 3 years, or do you think it is still will be there for next 10, 15 years? What are your views on this YouTube market basically?
I think it's very very baby stage, if we talk about, like, at least in India, right?
Hmm.
So because a lot of the people that we are seeing growing, they're obviously making videos for a very very long period of time.
Hmm.
Okay, and most of the people just grown recently, because they
Hmm.
have like almost 5 years track. If you see their old videos, they're
Hmm.
very old, right? And new creators are coming up, and they
Hmm.
will also take this kind of time. Obviously they will take a little bit lesser time, because they're going
Hmm.
to learn from their mistakes, and there are a lot of
Yeah.
other ways to, like, market yourself nowadays.
Hmm.
There is reels and stuff and whatnot. Okay, but in today's world, we also need a time. Suppose a creator come
Hmm.
today, he can't just make name in 1 or 2 days. He obviously
Hmm.
going to be needing like 2 3 years if he's consistent about this, right? To actually
Hmm.
make something. So I don't think it's going to be saturated. There is not
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
millions of people are coming in. Then there obviously millions of people are joining there, but they are not
Hmm.
making themselves content creators. They are just like observer, or making, just becoming a subscriber. I think it's a huge, you know opportunity for creators as well,
Hmm.
because a lot of people are getting connected to there. Like,
Hmm.
most of the people are getting hooked. In COVID, obviously it spiked, and that's why
Hmm.
the Netflix is going down nowadays, because
Hmm.
they have suddenly saw a spike, and it is just going down.
Hmm.
I think it's going to keep happening, over the period of time,
Hmm.
be it YouTube, be it any OTT channels or whatever. So content obviously has a
Hmm.
good, obviously, and podcast is also. I'm not sure that where it's going, but even though, creators like Ranveer Alawadya, they are not even sure that where it's going, right? But,
Hmm.
but because in outside India, Joe Rogan is a huge thing, right?
Hmm.
So, and we're not sure that how Indians are going to perceive podcast in future, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, let's do it. I think it's just all about like keeping yourself in multiple things. It's like,
Hmm.
so that if one goes
Hmm.
to the good stage, and it's the same thing as
Hmm.
investment as well. I don't invest my all things in a single stock, right?
Yeah.
So.
So I was there is a life coach called Punita. Sorry, I forgot the actual name.
Mhm.
She's a life coach, and I was listening to one of her podcast, and she said that in 2012 she attended a conference in Dubai.
All right.
It was a business conference, and there it was said that next 10 years YouTube will be the next thing. In 2012 YouTube was nothing. It was just for fun and
Mhm.
entertainment. People were just watching you random videos.
Yeah.
In that conference she heard that YouTube will be the next big thing, something like that, and she didn't believe that time. She said, what rubbish, offline will always be there, YouTube is just a platform. 5 years later it actually happened. In 2022 again, same. Now 2002 she attended a lot of conference, of course. She said now people are saying in next 10 years podcast will be the next big thing. It has already started, but people are still not taking it very seriously. But podcast will be the like future. Next 10 years this will be the future. So do you agree or not?
The thing is that
I'm
people come
talking
up with
about audio podcast, not
yeah,
YouTube
yeah, I
I'm talking
understand, I
purely
understand.
audio podcast I'm talking
I
about.
understand, understand. The thing
Mm.
is that people come up with this kind of predictions every now
Mhm.
and then, and
Yeah.
once some, and if you come up with like 1,000
Mm.
predictions, one will be obviously right. Okay, so the thing is that 1,000 things can go wrong and 1,000 things can go better as well. So
Yeah.
maybe podcast is the right thing, and I always say that
Mm.
just keep yourself distributed in multiple platforms. That's what I believe. But in podcast I have hope that because
Mm.
nowadays people like to listen to longer conversations as well.
Mm.
Obviously people are going into this dopamine rush of getting to 10 seconds or 30 seconds videos,
Ah.
but
Mm.
still I do this because
Mm.
I
Mm.
try to provide like pack
Mm.
all the values in a 30 seconds, but that just to drive traffic to my channel. It's not to give like, okay, you need to just watch this and forget about your life is good, right? So the thing is that we need to distribute ourselves in multiple channels. But the thing about podcast is that I have hope that people are going to listen to some raw conversations. So if someone is there just sitting there and just talking
Mm.
about maybe random things or maybe in a certain
Mm.
topic, but it is a raw conversation, there is no scripting, there is nothing is going on, there is no
Mm.
reality show like things that you are
Mm.
making things up, you can't say this, you can say this, right? I think
Mm.
people are going to really enjoy this because in today's
Mm.
world we are dealing with a lot of fake things and we know it,
Mm.
right? People try to fake things.
Mm.
If you can go to someone, they will, even if their life is not good, they say, yeah, बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, right? And if you see their Instagram or Facebook feed, you will be like, कितना अच्छा life है. If you go to their home, you will see, okay, life is not good, right? So the thing is that people try to fake things and they understand, we understand, right? And when we see someone talking their heart out without anything, like no filter, there is
Mm.
raw conversations. I think people connect to this. It does,
Mm.
whether it is your topic or not, right?
Mm.
Because podcast is a very raw thing. Even if you're an artist and you are not an artist, you're going to feel like, acha wo kya soch raha hai, like what are the things that he goes through.
Mm.
He also have a wife, maybe his wife actually like there is not a good relationship with his
Mm.
wife because wo sara din draw hi karta rehta hai, right? So you sort of resonate with him as well, like ye
Mm.
bol raha hai podcast pe, very
Mm.
unfiltered, right? So this,
Podcast is it becomes very raw and real as
yeah,
we
that's
speak,
right.
and it becomes very very relatable, raw,
Yeah.
real, relatable. Three RRR.
RRR.
Podcast.
I really like this
That's a
thing.
good. That's a good one. The RRR of podcast.
Yeah, RRR. That's
Raw,
right.
real, relatable. Yeah.
Yeah.
ये टाइटल रखूंगा इस वीडियो का मैं.
You should use the thumbnail of RRR. People are going to be like, ah, क्या हो रहा है इस पे?
Discussions of RRR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah, you are right. I think relatability is too much because I was listening to this Ashneer Grover podcast with
Hmm.
I genuinely felt whatever he's saying here, he's right. Indian consumers are very, very lazy. We
Yeah,
want
true.
everything to be in platter, we want discounts. And
Offers.
I genuinely didn't know कि अमेरिका में MRP system नहीं होता. He said that अमेरिका जैसे अपने पास चिप्स है 10 रुपीज
Yeah,
है
yeah.
MRP. अमेरिका में ऐसा है ही नहीं. अमेरिका में लोकेशन और स्टोर के हिसाब से पैसा डिसाइड होता है. इट्स अ फ्री मार्केट. वाओ.
Hmm.
I didn't know this. So a lot of things you learn from podcast. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
podcast is.
podcast may you get different nuggets, I would say. And the thing is that it actually opens up your mind because
Mm.
you are actually really getting into the conversation of it. Because
Mm.
एक YouTube video में क्या होता है, if you just watch a video like कि मैंने एक टॉपिक पे 7 मिनट या 10 मिनट का वीडियो बनाया, so you can watch that and grab the information, but that actually are the just this information packed into it. It does not talk about like all the circumstances that the people
Mm.
are in, right? But podcast में क्या होता है, you can like really get the feel कि उसका
Mm.
actual में nature क्या है, what he is going through,
Mm.
right? And that's what he's talking about. So you can understand and relate to this as well. अच्छा क्या,
Mm.
yeah, that makes sense. So
Mm.
जो you talked about like relatability, I also talked
Mm.
about this on the podcast as well. If you want to talk something, like if you want to also create a content, make it
Mm.
relatable. So that's
Correct.
the
Mm.
easiest way to make
Mm.
anything. So we sometimes think that okay, I think मुझको एक life changing idea के साथ आना है, like I don't know what to think about it, okay, I will brainstorm and come up with this life changing idea. No, people don't want to hear this.
Mm.
Tell this, whatever is relatable. जो मैं
Mm.
सुनना चाहता हूँ उसको उनको वही बोल दो,
Correct.
right?
And
And they're going to be,
people
yeah,
will engage with that content.
yeah,
वो
that's,
relatable होना. अभी जैसे for example I talked about casino. अब
mhm,
let's say someone has actually went to casino and had the same experience.
yeah,
That person will relate actually. Oh
yeah,
yes,
that's
this guy
true.
is saying the truth. Even I felt in the trap. I want to,
Yeah.
yes, I hear you, brother.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
वो अगर तुमने ऐसा बोल दिया कि आप you can design your environment and you can grab customer
हाँ
like
वो
this and all that,
exactly.
you're like ah क्या बोल रहा है, ठीक है वो
हाँ.
बंदा, ठीक है.
हम्म.
So if but you come up with this story of yourself, okay, and you just relate to it some topic which makes sense, right? So people are going to really like this. And storytelling is a very underrated thing, but it is actually growing nowadays, at least in India, when
See,
with creators
and
like Ankur Warikoo, I would say.
हाँ.
So he pushes these things a lot. Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Ankur Warikoo, apart from the content, of course, his content is really good. We need to appreciate the consistency.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
always say that, for example, I'll give you the best example of consistency which I've seen in my life. There's a YouTube channel called Technical Guruji.
Technical Guruji, yeah, that's right.
I'm telling you, I don't mind putting this on a record. His videos are not good, content wise.
Yeah,
Because if you look at tech videos, there are 100 people who create much better videos.
yeah,
But
that's
still,
right.
that guy is 20 plus million subscribers. Not because of the quality of the content, but because he bloody uploads 2 videos per day. From
Yeah, you can't really maintain that kind of quality with such
but
like
look at the
speed.
consistency, yaar. Though daily, though video record karna, upload karna, it's not as easy. According to me,
No,
it's not an easy task.
no, no.
Still, this guy is doing.
Even though you can't really, most of the things that you can't really batch these things as well, because tech is changing every day,
Yeah,
right?
of
So
course.
maybe I don't know whether he do this kind of stuff or not, batching or not, but there is something that he talk about, like जो क्या होता है, which is not updated topic. He talks about, he simplifies some topic. I think in that case he
See,
batch
for
it, but
me, what
most of
I
the things he do is that मतलब वो
see, it's a very simple thing,
yeah,
but I just like the consistency that he maintains. मुझे तो
yeah,
मतलब
obviously
honestly बताऊँ,
he's too
मैंने
good with
videos
that.
देखे, but they are very too simple and I don't get any information also. There's a channel called Tech Bar, and there's
Tech
a
Barnard,
geeky run some
Giki
one guy,
Ranjit.
Geeky Ranjit, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kiki Ranjit and Tag Burner is there.
Yeah,
Also,
they are
Marcus Brown is there for,
these
is
guys actually explain better. These guys are actually better channels in terms of content. But why Technical Guruji is successful? Because he's consistent, man. I have to give it to that guy.
yeah, he's consistent, and also he's like, जो क्या बोलते हैं, मतलब he uses Hindi. First thing is that,
He used
okay,
Hindi.
and he used the emotion of, like, national thing, right? Because जब he stay out of India, so जब भी इंडिया के बाहर कोई जाता है, he becomes like this nationalist guy, like भारत, मेरा भारत महान. Okay, so he
Same thing
always
happens
put
with
this
Dhruv.
thing.
Same thing
Always put
happens
this
with
thing.
Same thing happens with Dhruv Rathi also. He's
Yeah,
not
that's
from
true.
India. क्या होता है ना, अपन और इंडियन माइंडसेट है. We are also at कि यार कोई इंडिया के बाहर है तो हम उसको ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं. I don't know why. क्यों होता है, अरे इंडिया के बाहर है तो अच्छे कंटेंट दे रहा होगा ये.
Yeah,
ये होता है.
NRI.
हाँ,
Yeah,
एनआरआई,
that's
वो
true.
वाला एक वो है, एक माइंडसेट है, वो रहेगा. कोई बिहार का बंदा हो ना, या बिहार कोलकाता, हम जैसे लोग, हमको बोले हाँ ठीक है यार, अपने जैसे ये लोग तो अपनी दोस्त है, अपनी नेबर्स है,
हाँ, यही
अपने
तो
को
रहता
हल्के
है,
में
कोई
लेते हैं वो
प्रॉब्लम
लोग.
नहीं.
इसलिए मैं नेक्स्ट ईयर कनाडा जा रहा हूँ. सोच रहा हूँ यार कि बाहर जाके बोलूंगा, हाय गाइस, शोबे सिंगल लाइफ फ्रॉम कनाडा. पीपल
और
माइट टेक
एंड में आप जय हिंद वंदे मातरम भी बोल दीजिएगा, तो people will really
Yeah.
relate to this.
अरे इनफैक्ट there's a comedian called Puneet, some comedian from Maharashtra. I was in Mumbai. तो उसने बोला कि मैंने ना एक एनआरआई मार्केट में स्टैंड अप किया अमेरिका में जाके. तो वहां पे ना मतलब 3 चीजें बोलो, तालियां बजती है. 3 जोक्स पे तालियां बजती है. पहला जोक गाली बोलो हिंदी में,
कुछ
बीसी
भी
एमसी चूतिया कुछ भी बोल लो. इफ यू से दिस गाली, दे विल फील ओ ये ऑडिटोरियम में.
बहुत दिन से सुना नहीं है.
बहुत दिनों से सुना नहीं है, अपना बना रहा है. सेकंड टॉपिक मोदी जी. कुछ anything which is related to Modi ji, you create a, they will like they will go mad. And third topic is इंडिया की याद दिलाओ उनको. मतलब हमारे काम इंडिया में ये होता है, अमेरिका में ऐसा हो रहा है, इंडिया कंपैरिजन बेसिकली.
या कंपैरिजन. हाँ,
तो these 3 topics, he said कि मेरा पैट आधे घंटे का शो देना, 10-10 मिनट इस टॉपिक पे लगाने. मुझे पता है कि वो तालियां बजनी है वहां पर.
ऑब्वियसली आपके ऑडियंस के ऊपर बहुत सारा चीज डिपेंड करता है कि
Yeah.
व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स दैट यू हैव टू डू, राइट. और अभी जो मार्केट है, लाइक एटलीस्ट इन दिस प्रोडक्टिविटी स्पेस एंड पॉडकास्ट एंड कंटेंट, आई वुड से कि हमारा जो मतलब mindset है, it is regarding mostly about like कि कैसे भी वो audience को grab करना है, कैसे भी audience को grab करना है. But I think that you, whatever the audience that you get, it's not going to be like permanent with you, right? कि yeah, most of the things that I always believe that you need to, take your audience to somewhere, someplace elsewhere as well. Like they take their emails and stuff. That's what I always believe in, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
collect my audience's email. So if someone actually gets connected with me, ki, hey, I like your videos and stuff. Like if they connected to me personally, I always tell them, ki, hey, I have a newsletter. Like go there and subscribe to that. So the moment he does that, I
Personal
have this.
ecosystem is very
Yeah,
important. That's
because
what.
you don't know कि
Hmm.
YouTube कितना दिन चलेगा, you don't know कि Instagram कितना दिन चलेगा. Okay, you have no
Hmm.
idea, because there are social medias which actually got down, in past as well,
Hmm.
right? कि ये हुआ है, ये हो नहीं सकता, ऐसा कुछ है
Hmm.
नहीं. So
वो
eh,
टिकटॉक हुआ था ना,
yeah,
टिकटॉक
yeah, TikTok is
people.
banned in India, but TikTok is obviously
Hmm.
growing very rapidly, I would say, outside the
Hmm.
India. And
But
yeah,
India, because when TikTok was banned, I was like, these TikTokers were like on suicide mode. अरे क्या हो
yeah,
गया?
yeah,
He was like,
ऐसा एक
कल को यार
situation आ
if
गया
कल को
था.
YouTube बंद हो गया तो हम क्या कर लेंगे? It
Hmm.
might be a possibility. It's a
Yeah.
platform at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, because TikTok जब बंद हुआ था, तो the most of the creators were like from the tier 2, tier 3 cities,
Hmm.
right? And they had this kind of suddenly they had this kind of exposure to the internet, thanks
Hmm.
to Geo, obviously. And also, that they're getting some, money as well. And
Hmm.
there is monetary values. So they're actually
Hmm.
suddenly it stopped, right? They're from belong from this to tier 2, tier 3 cities, and also that
Hmm.
the supply of money is also suddenly cut off, right? Obviously, they are going to be mad, right?
I want to ask you one more question. A little
Mhm.
controversial, but I wanted your views on that.
Yeah.
So Instagram पे you see all these female models who post pictures and exposing pictures, and they have like bloody thousands, lakhs, millions of views
Mhm.
and followers.
Yeah.
And and they don't do anything. They just post and they just dance on songs and
Yeah.
show their skills. Very honestly, this
Mhm.
is something very real. There are a few names also
Yeah.
which I
Well
don't want
said.
to name anyone, but yeah. What is your view on that?
I think that people should sell what they're good at selling. Yeah. So if you have this only one product to sell, obviously you will push it far further to selling it. So I won't say it's bad, right? You have this one product. I won't be telling you to like come up with a new product, right? You're saying that मैं इतना ही कर सकता, okay? Then sell it. Okay, no problem. There will be
Yeah,
some customers, but that product is shit. The people know that, right?
yeah.
So the thing is that you can't really monetize this kind of product for very long, and you can't
Hmm.
really get any sort of like customers who will be hooked with you for the lifetime,
Hmm.
right? So this product is sort of like a very small shell life, I would say.
Perishable products.
Yeah, so there's a very small shell life product, so some customer will come and pay for it, but you're not going to get any monetary value from this. And
Yeah.
obviously they can do this kind of paid subscription for, like, they can like wow skincare and this kind of
Ah,
stuff. But it's not going to be like, if you are
long
seeing a
term.
girl or guy, and if you are
Hmm.
seeing him or her doing this kind of stuff, right?
Hmm.
You are not making him or her idol. Maybe
Yeah.
some teenagers does it, but if that teenager is making them, that teenager can't really afford to buy this kind of wow skincare routine and every day, right? And their parents are
Hmm.
going to like bash them, right? Hey, what are you
Hmm.
spending on, right? So the customer that you are getting in, there is no monetary values, right?
Hmm.
I would say whatever
Hmm.
they are doing, obviously they're getting numbers,
Ah.
right? And the actually we are zaruri bhi hai, the more number you get, so
Hmm.
chances hai कि if you get at least 1% of it, or maybe 0.5% of it, you get some value, you get some money
Hmm.
out of this. So उनके लिए वो number जरूरी है, right?
Hmm.
Suppose you are a life coach and you are millions of subscribers, then you are a big thing, right? So,
Hmm.
be it, make it Sandeep Maheshwari, he don't monetize his things, but
Yeah.
as an example, suppose he become life coach, I will
Hmm.
do paid coaching and stuff. Think about how much money he can make, right?
Hmm.
So this is his audience, right?
Hmm.
But now do the same thing for that product that you talked about right now.
Hmm.
Whatever they're selling, okay.
Ah.
Now they think about like, yeah, I will make money somehow. What they will do, they can do paid subscriptions, and not paid subscription, they can like do
Hmm.
the product, sell this kind of product, but it is not going to, people are not going to buy it, right? People are
Yeah.
going to think, acha ye ho raha hai, maybe they are, some people are going to do it, but no, you
It's
can't really
a. It's
influence them.
again that dopamine thing. People
Yeah.
the people watch them, they feel happily for few seconds or
Yeah, and
minutes.
also mostly followed by guys. Okay.
Guys, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys are not going to be like बाव स्किन केयर नहीं लगाना मेरे को तुम्हारा स्किन में वो बाव स्किन केयर अच्छा लग रहा है, so I will not see that. Okay,
Yeah.
I want you to use the wow skin care but not me. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
correct,
actually
correct.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, great. I think we should wrap it up now. It's almost 40 plus minutes. So, Mithu, it was great, great conversation.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
we
great.
should make this a regular thing. Maybe once a week or twice a week, we should do it.
Yeah,
What do you say?
we can obviously, if you want to like make it regular, then we can do it on Saturdays as well. Because Monday to Friday, I do
Ah,
upload the podcast, so I'm
I
just
know,
like
I know.
into this.
Nee,
Yeah,
let's do one thing. We'll discuss this offline, of course. Let's do a weekly meetup. One
yeah,
week
sure.
on my channel, 1 week on your channel. We can see whatever works. Your channel is more focused towards one particular idea. I'm more focused towards podcast. I want to have more and more conversations. So yeah. Anyway, so thank you, Mithu. I hope this was a good conversation. I hope you guys liked the conversation. And once after few weeks, we'll do a live YouTube live as well. You, if you are watching this, you will definitely be able to interact with us live. And I'll be doing a lot of workshops. In the description, I will be sharing that link of joining my group. Please join the group. I will also share the link of the YouTube channel of Mithu. Please check it out. Impul Books. It's amazing, and I'll be sharing those links in the description. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Mithu. This was
Yeah,
a
thank
very
you.
fun conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.